Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another exciting, titillating, orgasmic edition of Radical Rock and Record Reviews. And I'm your host, as always, Wild Ride bassist Mick Watkins. Some people like to call me Dick Twatkins. But anyway, guys, here I am to give you the historical second ever concert review here on my YouTube channel. The show Radical Rock and Record Reviews. I'm going to give you my second concert review, guys. Last night, December 4th, 2021. Me, my old lady, we went to the Brown Theater here in Louisville, Kentucky to see one of my all-time favorite bands, the legendary Blue Öyster Cult. All right, we're talking about it'll be the second time I've got to see BOC this year here in 2021, and man, I was fucking pumped. Could not wait. The Symbol Remains tour, dude. Let me just go off and say that Blue Öyster Cult. You got Eric Bloom on lead vocals, guitar, and keyboards. You got Buck Dharma on lead guitar and vocals. You got the ultra mega talented Richie Castellano on lead vocals, lead guitar, keyboards. You got the dude just badass rumbling of Danny Miranda on bass, and the mighty Jules Rodino keeping it down on the drums, baby. Jules Rodino, BOC, Blue Öyster Cult. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, dude. They were amazing. I mean, I saw them. Last time I saw them was back in August. It was August 28th. At the Indiana Bacon Festival. I've talked about it a couple times here on the channel, I believe. I brought it up. And dude, BOC was fucking magic that night. That was the night I got engaged to my girlfriend, Samantha. And so I knew going into, what was that, 4 months later, that BOC would be amazing again. Total kick-ass. But the thing that was really, no, the one thing that was kind of odd to me about this was the setting at the concert, okay? The first time I had seen BOC was back in 2018 here in Louisville. They played at a club that is no longer here anymore. Well, the club is still there, but the club went out of business due to COVID and all that. It sucked, but a really cool fucking venue here in Louisville that my band Wild Ride used to play at, called the Bourbon Hall, okay? I seen BOC there at the Bourbon Hall back in 2018. Excellent gig. So then I see that Blue Öyster Cult's coming to the Brown Theater here in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, as long as I've been around and I've been aware and I've been going to rock concerts and rock shows and stuff, I don't think I've ever heard of a band like Blue Öyster Cult or really anybody coming and playing a show to the Brown Theater. The Brown Theater is a very kind of pinky out, very ritzy, upscale establishment. That really is the setting of fucking operas and plays and stuff. That kind of real fancy shit. Not a loud rock and roll concert. So I was kind of like, Blue Öyster Cult at the Brown Theater. I'm psyched. It's BOC, dude. It's BOC! Of course I'm going. But I was kind of like, man, what is this gonna be like? All right? So got my tickets, bought my tickets actually back in August before I saw them at the Indiana Bacon Festival. So, that night, have a great rehearsal with Wild Ride, load up in the car with my baby. We go down to the Brown Theater, downtown Louisville, and this place was very strict on you gotta wear your masks, you gotta have your vaccine cards or a proof of negative COVID test within the last 48 to 72 hours. Let me tell you what, that shit right there, I mean, I get it. Everybody's got to be safe. Everybody's got to stay in good health. But man, I'll tell you what, I am about fucking sick and tired of that shit. Gets on my nerves, but I get it. You don't want to have a bunch of people crammed into this fucking theater, coughing and blowing their noses and breathing on each other, and people get infected with this horrible fucking disease, this virus it's not good. It's not good. But anyway, so yeah, going up there, first time, because here in Louisville, Kentucky, the mask mandate was kind of lifted and we don't have to wear masks anywhere. So you had to wear your mask the whole time you're walking around, and we go in and they make you empty your fucking pockets and take out all your cell phones and your wallet. Can't have a chain on your wallet like I wear. So fuck all this crap. Getting in was kind of a pain in the ass. But once we passed that test, once we first passed that, it was time to rock and roll with BOC. So I was like, merch booth. Let's see if Blue Oyster Cult has any merch going on, all right? And they did. One little table. They were selling one t-shirt. And if this is the one t-shirt that Blue Oyster Cult was going to sell, this is what I would fucking want. This is the shirt that I was hoping they would sell for $35. Not a bad price considering a lot of artists nowadays are charging $50 fucking dollars for a t-shirt. For $35, I got this bad boy right here. Symbol Remains t-shirt. Check that out. Love it, dude. It's my third Blue Oyster Cult shirt. You can see I got this one, like the Agents of Fortune era, Spectres kind of mix up, mash up shirt. But yeah, I got this BOC Symbol Remains shirt. Love it. And on the back, it's got that cool new Blue Oyster Cult logo. On tour for fucking ever. Well, it doesn't say fucking, but it says on tour forever because they are. They're relentless. They never stop. And let me just go ahead and say it, that the new Blue Oyster Cult font, the logo right there, that is from the Symbol Remains, man, that's my favorite Blue Oyster Cult logo. And every time I draw the BOC logo or I write it down or something, I always find myself drawing that one because I really like it. Because I love the Symbol Remains. And if you didn't know that, go check out one of my latest videos, the Blue Oyster Cult discography ranking. So anyway, we get inside. I buy my $35 BOC shirt. And my buddy Stuart comes up to me. Stuart Tompkins. A fan of the show, a fan of Wild Ride, my buddy. I've seen him out, a couple times at concerts and stuff. Really cool young dude. We sat and talked a little bit, talked about the anticipation of the concert. We talked about music and just cool shit. Got to meet his buddy Cole also. Cole's a really cool dude. Both two young, awesome rocking dudes. Love it. Love seeing the youngsters coming out and enjoying Blue Oyster Cult. And really considering the lineage of a band like BOC, fuck, I'm a youngster myself. Because, dude, so I'm sitting in the line for the bar, waiting to grab a fucking $8, whatever it was, a beer that I got. And some old man starts talking to me. Well, old man. I mean, he had to have been maybe in his early to mid 60s, I guess. That's not really old. But some dude starts talking to me, and he had a paper list of all the times that he had seen BOC in Louisville. And dude, it was going back to like fucking 1973. And he was talking, I'm like, dude, 1973, it's like Secret Treaties tour. And I'm like, man, fucking talk about lucky. I would trade all the youth that I have now and that I had years ago to be able to have come up in the 1970s and been able to see the original Blue Oyster Cult on tour. And he saw him with Leonard Skinner here in Louisville, and he said that the road crews and their managers got into a big brawl, a big fight. Fucking crazy. He saw him in the 90s at a cool club in Louisville that I used to play at in my previous band, Rockaway Drive. Saw BOC in the early 90s at the Phoenix Hill Tavern. Awesome venue. Legendary local venue that is sadly was destroyed in 2015, 2016. Sucks. It was a great place. But yeah, man, he was just talking to me about seeing BOC, all these legendary cool fucking shows back in the 70s and 80s. Before I was fucking going to concerts, obviously. But yeah, so that was really cool. And then, talk about a dude that's got all kinds of great concert history stories. Ran into my buddy Ronnie Boothie. Ronnie Booth, dude, this guy, he saw Pantera and Skid Row on the Slave to the Grind, Cowboys from Hell, maybe Vulgar Display of Power tour. Got to meet fucking Dimebag Darrell. He's got all kinds of cool stories. Met John Corabi and Mick Mars and Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx on the 94 Motley Crue album tour. Ronnie Boothie, so I sat and talked to him and his son for a little bit. They came to the show, and it was a good time, man. Everybody was hyped for BOC. So let's get into it. We walk into the theater, and like I said, it's very bare bones stage. No really fancy stage lights, just kind of like some little bitty park hand lights on each side of the stage. And it honestly had the vibe of like going to like a middle school like play or performance, you know, like let's say like your kids in middle school and they're gonna do Shakespeare or some shit. I don't know, or whatever. It seemed like an elementary school, middle school play atmosphere. And me and Samantha are sitting there looking around going, this is fucking weird. And we're up in the balcony, like the front row of the balcony. So we had perfect viewing of the stage and just the atmosphere. It was amazing. Probably, honestly, the best seats in the house. I guarantee better than some of the people that were on the floor in front of the stage. But yeah, we had the perfect scope looking down the stage. You'll see some pictures probably pop up. But yeah, so we're just like, this is fucking weird. This is a weird atmosphere for a rock and roll concert. But you know what? It's Blue Öyster Cult. Blue Öyster Cult's going to blow everybody away, so whatever. So the band that night played 17 songs, an excellent set list. By far, the 3 times I've seen BOC, my favorite set list so far. It was epic. Kicks off track number 1, or song number 1, Transmaniacon MC from the Blue Öyster Cult debut album. A song that I really love. Now, as I stated in the BOC discography ranking video, shockingly enough, I'm not super crazy about the first Blue Öyster Cult album. I dig it. It's really good. I like their later stuff better, though. I thought they kind of really found the BOC true identity and sound later on. So yeah, Transmaniacon MC comes out kicking ass, dude. Eric Bloom, Buck Dharma, both in fine form. Richie Castellanos killing it. Danny Miranda, Jules Rodino, fucking killing it. Bare ass stage. Just dudes getting up there, legendary kick-ass dudes, just getting up there with a drum set, some amplifiers, guitars, a keyboard, and just fucking killing it. Killing it. Flawless musicianship, great fucking singing, Transmaniacon MC. Then it went into another track from the debut, Before the Kiss, A Red Cap. Excellent rendition. There's going to be a trend throughout this review to where I constantly say excellent rendition because it's fucking Blue Öyster Cult, dude. That's what they do. Then, track number three, the lead-off cut, and Eric Bloom announced it. He said this is the lead-off cut off of our new album called The Symbol Remains. This one's called That Was Me. And that's when I really started to kick into the show. See the bullet holes in the highway signs. That was me. They kicked into That Was Me. Eric Bloom's vocals sounded great. Just heavy, crunchy ass guitars. It almost seemed like that's really when the audience, too, really started to pick up, get energized. Because That Was Me is just an excellent, kind of uplifting, cool, heavy song with kind of cool, evil lyrics. I love it. Then they went into, and I did it, raise your can of beer on high and seal your fate forever. Our best years have passed us by, the golden age of leather. The Golden Age of Leather. Song number 4 was excellent. Love that song. Really cool lyrics, talking about like motorcycle gangs kind of having like a big battle out in the desert and shit blowing up and fighting. And just very cool fucking song. I love the Golden Age of Leather off of Spectres, which is a very, very loved album for me. Then it goes into another one of my favorite Blue Öyster Cult songs, one of their biggest hits from 1981's Fire of an Unknown Origin, Burning for You. Buck Dharma murders it vocally, murders the solo in it. The band is just firing on all cylinders. Okay? Then they did one that I'm not quite sure if they didn't play this at the Indiana Bacon Festival. Can't remember if they played it in 2018 when I saw them. But then they go into Career of Evil from Secret Treaties. I want your wife to be mine. Maybe tonight, maybe for tonight. Oh, damn. I'll make it a career of evil. I'll make it a career of evil. Love Career of Evil. Excellent song. Then they went into Harvest Moon off of Heaven Forbid. And like I've told you guys before, I love the Heaven Forbid album. I love Harvest Moon. But the past 2 times I've seen BOC, I think they've done Harvest Moon. And Samantha, my girlfriend, her favorite Blue Öyster Cult song is Shooting Shark. She really likes the song Shooting Shark. And I've noticed that on this current tour, they've been switching out Harvest Moon and Shooting Shark. And for her, I was kind of hoping that they would have done Shooting Shark. But they didn't. They did Harvest Moon, and I was fine with that. Because I honestly like Harvest Moon better. But I was hoping for her. But it was awesome. Harvest Moon fucking killed it. Loved it. And lots of heads in the audience were fucking jamming. Love seeing that. From kind of a lesser, well-known song from BOC. So then they did ETI from Agents of Fortune. Excellent version. Then they did 2 songs from The Simple Remains. They did Box in My Head. Was that the second? That was the second single from The Simple Remains. Yeah. Box in My Head. Totally killed it. The audience seemed to really dig that. Then they did one that they didn't do the last time I saw them from The Simple Remains. A new edition of the set list. Train True Lenny's song. Okay? Now, if you've watched the review I did for The Simple Remains when it first came out, Train True, probably my least favorite song off that album, The Simple Remains. But you know what, though? I still dig it. I still love it. It's still a good song. My least favorite, I would have rather have heard Fight or Nightmare Epiphany, my favorite song, or Stand Up and Fight, fucking Secret Road, Florida Man. But you know what? I'll take Train True because you know what? A band of like BOC's caliber and a band that's got that kind of lineage, a 50 fucking year career, and they grace us with new music, new great, amazing music. Lots of bands like Kiss, like fucking Kiss, they don't give us new music. And when they do, they don't fucking play it or support it. So I'm just thankful that BOC knock it out of the park with new music that the fans really fucking loved. So Train True Lenny song was awesome. And at the beginning, one of the roadies comes out, okay? And I've seen this roadie a couple times running out on the stage fixing shit during the show. And he's wearing like a train conductor hat. And he's got a harmonica and he does that little intro, the and he was announced that he is Richie Castellano's brother. I didn't know that. I was like, oh shit, so that's Richie's brother. So that was cool. He came out in a conductor hat and did the harmonica thing, and everybody kind of laughed at that. That was kind of a cool moment in the show. And then they went into Train True and knocked it out, and the audience seemed to really fucking dig that song. Then they went into, of course, the legendary from the debut, one of the best songs off that album, honestly. Then came The Last Days of May. Man alive. And on this song, Buck Dharma and Richie Castellano both do some epic face-melting lead guitar work. Insane, dude. I'm sitting there just like, I feel like I fucking ate some mushrooms or smoked a big old burlacious bag of weed or something. Because I'm sitting there just fucking mesmerized, dude. Richie's shredding it, then fucking Buck Dharma's shredding it. And I'm like, my mind is blown. Excellent. They always kill that song live. It was great. And then they went into Buck's Boogie. Buck's Boogie was amazing. That went on for a while. It was a really cool jam. And you know, lots of times whenever bands do like instrumentals and jams and concert and stuff, that's when you see a lot of people that don't appreciate instrumentals. You see them going up and get a piss or buy a beer. But during Buck's Boogie, man, I didn't see that at all, dude. Everybody was fucking glued, and it looked like everybody was in a trance. It was really cool to see everybody take that in and to watch legendary musicians like Buck Dharma and fucking even Richie Castellano. Watch them just shred it out and kill it. So then they went into Buck's Boogie. Then you hear after that, Eric Bloom takes center stage, and you hear the Eric Bloom's like, what's that noise? What's that noise? Oh my gosh, here he comes. Who is it? Who is it? And the audience goes, Godzilla. What? Godzilla. Down, They went into Godzilla. Amazing rendition. Sound like a broken record. Amazing. Godzilla was amazing. Then they did Don't Fear the Reaper, and the audience fucking erupted. I don't care how many. Lots of people say, oh, fuck Don't Fear the Reaper. I'm sick to death of that song. Dude, I love Don't Fear the Reaper. I think it's one of the best BOC songs. I don't care how many times I've heard it on Burger King commercials, classic rock radio, whatever, dude. It's Don't Fear the Reaper, man. One of the greatest classic rock songs of all time. And I fucking loved it. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Excellent stuff. So then after that, song ends, everybody takes their bows, and Eric Bloom's like, we'll see you guys later. Have a good night. And BOC walks off the stage. And some people started to fucking leave. And I'm like, dude, it's the oldest trick in the book when it comes to rock and roll shows. They're going to come back, dude. They got to play a couple more songs. So this is the encore. A couple minutes go by, the guys catch their breath. I think Eric Bloom is over there drinking some water. They're over there chilling out. And then they come back out, and everybody takes their places. Richie Castellano sits down at the keyboards, and Jules Rodino, Danny Miranda, Buck Dharma. And then they go, for the first time I've ever seen them do this, and thankfully they did, they go into the fucking Alchemist. The Alchemist from The Symbol Remains, okay? That shit blew my mind. I was like, dude, I gotta get a video. I got my phone out. I recorded the video. It was amazing. Eric Bloom comes out wearing like a robe, like a druid robe. And it was insane. It was insane. Eric's vocals sounded great. Then Richie's over there playing the keyboards. And all of a sudden, when it gets up to the cool lead part where him and Buck Dharma shred leads and share solos, Richie got up just really calmly, confidently, grabs his guitar, that kind of, what is that, like a Wolfgang? Like his kind of slime Wolfgang guitar. And then him and fucking Buck just start shredding back and forth. And it was fucking nuts. It was amazing. The Alchemist was great. And then when they're doing the little shredding solos, Eric Blooms has a little druid outfit on. He's over there kind of waving his hands and doing these incantations and spells like he's controlling them and shit. It was very Spinal Tap and quite hilarious looking, but it was so fucking cool because it's tongue-in-cheek, and I love that about BOC. Love it. You know what? I wish I had a fucking druid robe. I would probably walk around my house wearing a druid robe, doing incantations on my cat and shit, especially when that little hairy motherfucker keeps attacking the Christmas tree and want to eat the ornaments and knocking it over. Barnabas, leave the Christmas tree alone. And Samantha, my girlfriend, fiance, she really enjoyed the little druid part. She thought that was kind of cute, seeing a cool little old man going, oh yeah. But it was amazing. Alchemist, one of the best songs of the whole night. Then they did another cut off The Symbol Remains, which I fucking loved. Tainted Blood, Richie Castellano takes lead vocals. Absolutely kills it. Amazing. And once again, just like at the Indiana Bacon Festival at the Brown Theater that night, the audience seemed to really dig Tainted Blood. So I think that's definitely one that should stay in the set list. Stay in the set list forever and ever and ever. They completely killed that. Richie's got such a great singing voice. The dude's fucking talented as hell. Can shred on guitar, can shred on bass, keyboards. I mean, if you watch his Band Geek web series he has on his YouTube channel, the dude's an insane talent. And Buck Dharma and Eric Bloom and BOC are fortunate as hell to have him in the band. And then they close their show with Cities on Flame with rock and roll. 3,000 guitars, they seem to cry. There is will melt, and then my eyes. They did that, killed it. They all grabbed the guitars. Richie gets one, Buck, Eric, Danny Miranda, they're all up front jamming. And the audience is going crazy. And as the audience is standing up, because the rule was at the Brown Theater, they didn't want nobody fucking standing up. This was really like being at a middle school play, like a gym or an auditorium at a middle school. And this little old security guard was like, hey, now boy, you sit down. You sit down. And everybody's going crazy at the end when they're all shredding. You know, and bow, now, now. And the security guard's going, hey, boy, you stop it. You stop it. He just couldn't control the madness. So eventually he gave up and just fucking fucked off. It was really cool. All in all, excellent concert. Out of the 3 times I've seen BOC, It was probably the best performance. The atmosphere and the vibe of the show, not my favorite. That would probably have to go to the Indiana Bacon Festival because it was outside and it was in the summertime and a party. But set list wise, the view of the stage wise, it was fucking phenomenal. I loved every minute of it. The only critique I have two critiques about the Öyster Cult concert. Number one, the night before in Fort Wayne, Indiana, they fucking played Shooting Shark and they did Perfect Water. Perfect Water is one of my favorite BOC songs. I love Perfect Water. And after learning that, I was kind of bummed that I didn't get to see them play Perfect Water. Damn it. So definitely put that on the fucking bucket list for BOC. Hopefully to hear Shooting Shark and Perfect Water. My second critique. Dudes, you got to do something with the stage show. Shit. As simple as this. That's all it takes is two things. Get a big-ass backdrop with the Blue Öyster Cult logo. Or even better yet, the Symbol Remains album cover, like on this shirt I bought. See that? Get a big backdrop of that. Get some stands. Have that behind Jules Rodino's drum set. That would look excellent. And on Jules Rodino's bass drum, get the Chronos symbol. Get the BOC symbol. Spicing the stage show up a little bit, guys. But other than that, fucking epic concert. I loved it. I love Blue Öyster Cult. In my opinion, one of the greatest bands of all time. Still killing it after 50 years. I love them. And I will go see them as many times as I possibly can. And I think you should too. If they're a band you've been sleeping on for 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, 10, 20, whatever the fuck, don't sleep on them anymore. You're fucking up. Go see these guys. And check out the Symbol Remains. Check out Heaven Forbid, Curse of the Hidden Mirror, some of their more recent stuff. Very good stuff. Well, that's it, guys. That's the wrap up. After that, we went and ate pizza at this delicious place called Sicilian. It was amazing. Got some pizza. I drank a Coors Light. Got some cheese sticks. And then we went and hung out with the guys in Wild Ride at a place called 21st in Germantown and had a good old time and watched some more bands. Watched a band called Problem with Polly. They fucking killed it. Good times, guys. And then I came home and went to bed. It was a good time. So thank you all for checking out this latest episode of Radical Rock and Record Reviews. Once again, I'm your host, Wild Ride bassist Mick Watkins, otherwise known as Dick Twatkins. And speaking of Wild Ride, check us out on Facebook. Just go to the search bar, WYLDRYDE, official Wild Ride on Instagram. Look us up on Bandcamp. Just go to www.bandcamp.com. Search Wild Ride in the search bar and buy a t-shirt, a CD, hats, stickers, patches. We got all kinds of cool merchandise. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify. If you want to buy a CD, it's on Bandcamp. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to enjoy more of Radical Rockin' Record Reviews, hit the subscription button and ding that little notification bell so you get updates of every time I put a video up. Until next time, guys, be good. Be good at it. Enjoy your life. Kiss your babies. Hug your wife, your husband, whatever you got to do, guys. And I will see you next time. Until then, see you.